Now, Canada leads in AI research, but I know that you've said that we struggle. We struggle to commercialize this AI research. What's the missing link, Daniel, in your opinion, and how's your company AXL closing that?
I watched Steve Jobs announce on stage that Apple had invented multi-touch, and that was the thing that was going to destroy BlackBerry. And I watched him announce that on a multi-touch device I'd built for my PhD thesis at U of T. And what I found so frustrating about that was Steve Jobs didn't do anything wrong. Right? Like in a product announcement, you don't cite your sources, but their patents cite us. That's all fine. But I started to see this, obviously that was sort of a formative event for me, but then sort of carrying that forward in time, seeing that we've poured millions and millions and millions of dollars of taxpayer money into creating these great academic institutions. What the Americans get right, though, is the missing middle that we don't really have in Canada, which is Vannevar Bush was an MIT professor. He collaborated with Roosevelt during the war and then with Truman after the war to set up the modern academic system in the US, where government would fund the foundational research into universities. Then they would also found what was called applied research, where the people and the ideas would make their way into these applied research centers and then make its way out to industry that would pick those things up, and then industry would pay tax and that would go back to fund the whole thing. And we get this sort of virtuous cycle, right? And of course, we've heard of organizations that are in the applied research space like DARPA. And in Canada, we've got the universities, we've got the companies that might potentially commercialize this stuff, but we don't have that sort of missing middle of applied research. And the universities have done their best to try to make up that gap, but because we've got that missing middle, so often the Americans that are better attuned to it are reaching in and pulling out our people and our ideas and paying good money for it, but to those people in particular, and it's not going to benefit the Canadian people.